Hi guys, welcome back, and today I am going to make a little wall decor or door decor for my door next year for Easter. And I got this little wooden cross at the dollar store along with some paint. The wood round I got from Amazon. So for the most part, it is a dollar store craft. Supposedly, dollar store carries some of these. I personally have not had luck finding them at my local dollar stores. So I'm going to make this entire part, this entire round, I'm going to make white. And then the cross, I'm going to mix some of the white with some of this yellow and try to see if I can get like a pastel yellow color. And then I'm going to use my Cricut or my silhouette to put some kind of words on there. Just not sure what words I want on there. Since this is all going to be white, easy peasy, I'm just going to squirt paint on there. And then I'm using a bigger brush, a 3-inch brush, to just quickly get the paint on there. Let's see, and this is acrylic paint, so it should dry really quickly. I'm glad I got 2 bottles of the white. I think I will do 2 coats. So after this coat, I'm going to do 1 more coat before we paint the cross. And these are really fun projects because the beauty of it is you can do whatever you want with it. Nice. Okay, so I got that all. Wow, that is annoying. Turn down water. Thank you. So I got that all painted. So I'm going to clean my brush since I'm going to be waiting for this to dry, even though it's acrylic paint and it'll dry quickly. I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back and do the second coat. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the base painted. I am not impressed with this brand of paint from the dollar store. The first coat I knew wasn't going to be a great coat, but even after the second coat, I still had to go over with this apple barrel paint because it still looked like it was hardly painted at all, to be honest. So I'm still going to try mixing this paint and this paint to get the pale yellow I'm wanting for the cross, but I'm not holding my breath. So if I need to, I have this bright yellow as a backup. I'm really hoping I can get these 2 to work because this is practically another dollar store craft, to be honest. So I'm going to move this wooden round, and so I'm going to open up the paint first. I swear they make these not exactly easy to get out. Okay, so I'm going to put some of that in a bowl. And since I know the other one didn't work out well, I'm just going to use the apple barrel. So I got a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white. And what color are we turning here? Almost like I'm mixing mustard and mayonnaise, to be honest. That might work out really well. That is fabulous. That is exactly the color I envisioned. So I don't know if this would work with the yellow, but using the dollar store yellow with the apple barrel white, mixed it together, made this gorgeous yellow. But dollar store white paint, I do not recommend. So far, I have no problems with the dollar store yellow paint. And to be honest, you can usually find smaller bottles of the apple barrel paint for like I think a little bit less than $1 is what it is. I think the bigger bottles are a couple of bucks, but still. I can understand where this would be an attractive purchase because, you know, maybe you're at the dollar store for something else and you really don't want to go to another store, but you need paint for a project. I can totally see where this would be desirable. But if you can help it, try to get your white paint, name brand, at least the apple barrel paint. If I remember right, whatever the Walmart generic brand, I don't think it's great value. I thought it was like another brand, but like theirs is not too bad either. But if you can help it, get the apple barrel. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm going to be looking up ideas for the other side of our wood round here. Maybe I'm gonna look and see how other people did, because my only concern is when I go to hang it on the door, I think I would have to do a situation where something's on the rim here. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna figure it out because that sounds like it would be awesome. So I'll be right back. Okay, this has dried completely. And I'm gonna take my wooden round. And I'm gonna get the placement of where I want my cross just right. And you can probably use any kind of liquid glue. I am using this original Gorilla Glue because I need to use the rest of it up. Because if you don't use it, because if you don't use it for a while, it becomes all crusty. Yep, that's what happened here. I don't know if I can get that look on the camera, but you can kind of see those lines right there. I usually take that as a good indicator that that glue is no good anymore. Okay, here is some Tile Bond Ultimate Wood Glue. That's appropriate, being this is wood and that's wood, so let's see if I can use this. Okay, here we go. This worked. And just to make sure it sets really well, I am going to be letting this sit for 24 hours. And I'm probably even going to put something heavy on top of it just to kind of make sure it gets in there good. I see a little bit of glue seeping through, so I'm going to clean it up with my paintbrush here. Wipe it off on the paper bag here. I think this glue dries clear, but I'm not going to take the chance because I want this to turn out really cute. There we go. That way there's still room for some words right here, some curved words right here, probably like "he has risen" or something along those lines. So I'm going to come back tomorrow when this is all dry. Okay, so I'm ready to cut my vinyl. I made my text that I wanted it to say, and so I measured how much vinyl I was going to need. I cut it from a roll. This is just a matte black, and I am ready to cut. And after that, I will let you see what it looks like. Then we're going to weed it and use some dollar store contact paper. Since this was going to be like a dollar store video, I'm going to try to use my dollar store supplies. And I should have some dollar store clear contact paper that we're going to use as the transfer tape for this project. And yeah. Okay, so I cut my vinyl. I got the words that I wanted on there. Now I need to cut it and start weeding it. And normally I will pre-size my project so that I am not wasting vinyl like this. But in this instance, I did it that way because I was going to play with it a little bit. And like always, I got coffee. This is a mug that I made with Sublimination. It's got my husband's business, his logo on it that I put on there. Knits USA. It's an internet company. So we're going to want to look for our weeding tool. Oh. And there's my tweezers. And I used the glitter vinyl setting for this because I know that it should work. But of course, if you have the silhouette, you can just use the matte vinyl setting and play with the depth of the cutting. I didn't feel like doing that today, and I know the glitter vinyl setting works for the matte vinyl. So that's why I chose that route. 9 times out of 10, I don't have problems when I do that. I can't always say that when I'm using the matte vinyl setting. You still want to go slow just because, you know, there is still a chance that something won't go right. But you can kind of see what I'm doing here, so I'm going to get this done and come back. That way you're not having to sit through all of this. So we're going to speed right through it. Yay. So as you can see, it says he has risen. It's going to be an Easter hanging on my door. So now that we got the majority of it all weeded out, we're just going to come in with the tweezers and we're going to get the centers out of all of the letters. There we go. Usually I have to pick it up to do this part. And sometimes you don't even need the tweezers. Sometimes you can just kind of move it a certain way and have it pop out. Kind of like that. There we go. Well, put that back in the case. And that's just gonna go basically kind of like that. I'm gonna cut it to a curve a little bit. You can kind of see. I think it's gonna look great. So we're gonna do that. I need to find my dollar store contact paper because I was gonna show you guys some of that. So I'm gonna look for that and then I will come back. Well, I'm all out of the clear dollar store contact paper, but there is another thing that I do believe you can get at the dollar store. Painter's tape. And painter's tape works just as well. And actually, I've honestly started to like it a little bit better. So I like taping it to the surface first, and then just layering it. It is kind of a pain since it's not clear, but I've learned to make it work. And get your scraper and just, I like to make sure that the tape is all flat. And then get up under it so we can remove it off from the surface. I trim a little bit of the tape. And through the light, at least in person, you can kind of see some of the words. So you can kind of get at least a rough idea of where you need to cut to avoid the words, to avoid cutting the words. You want to make sure it adheres to the tape. So you want to give it a good rub, I guess you would call that. And then just carefully take it off. For the most part, you should still go slow. But with a simple design like this, usually there'll be no problems. And use your light. The light is your friend. So with the light and the painter's tape, it can kind of help you align it. And as long as you don't push it real hard, it should come up pretty easily if you want to. Try again. I think I like it like that. So we want to do the same kind of thing where we kind of just rub it real good, especially the words. I kind of go in a small circular motion just all around. And this goes for most things that you're putting vinyl on. Firm pressure is the key. Okay. I try to do this one layer at a time, but it doesn't always cooperate. I personally think doing it one layer at a time works the best. I'm sure other people will give you different opinions. That's mine. You can kind of see where some of the paint is coming up, but for the most part, it still looks the same. And if any big spots were to come off paint-wise, I would just take a smaller brush and just do my best to correct it. Ooh. That's why I think going really slowly helps, in one layer at a time. Obviously, where there's no vinyl, you could go quickly, but whoops. I didn't even notice that spot. Okay. Sometimes we can fix it. Like that time. If you get up close, you can totally see where it ripped, but if you're looking at it from a normal person distance, you can't hardly tell at all. And there we have it. Oh my gosh, I love it. There is one more step. We need to put a little hanging thing on the back. But for the most part, I mean, I was going to add a bow to it, but I'm not so sure where I would put it, and I kind of like the simplicity of this. So I think I'm going to put I'm going to cut a little bit of rope, and I'm going to make sure it's where I want it, and I'm going to hot glue it to the back. I'm going to hot glue it to the back. Okay, so when I do this, I normally hold the rope exactly where I want it, and I flip it over. I don't know if this is, and I just overload it with glue, because we'll trim it afterwards. Whoa! Eventually I'll get the cordless one. wait for that to dry. But other than that, it's done. I mean, I could add little knickknacks if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to unless I think of something like absolutely amazing. I guess I could put these flowers on there, but I feel like that would be a little too much yellow. I feel like it would need to be another color, like another contrasting color for it to look really nice. Ooh, hot. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to put it on the door, and I'm going to take a picture. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give a like if you liked it. A subscribe is also really appreciated. And let me know if you want to see anything else. The next video, I found an article that I'm going to be reviewing and just dissecting what I agree with, what I don't agree with. It's going to be more vlog style, so something new. My Ko-Fi link is in the description below. That's one of the ways you can support the channel, buying my crafts. The new ones I have been making for videos are on there, the handy towel, and I will be putting the welcome door hanger on there. And yeah, I will see you next time.